Welcome to Driveway DIY, where we bring the shop to you. Today, we're going to show you how to replace a thermostat. The thermostat is located on this particular engine on the water neck, all the way down here. The water neck is right here. Hot water flows from here out to the bottom of the radiator. So we're going to pull this lower radiator hose, then we're going to pull this water neck, replace the thermostat, and show you guys how to do it for your project. First thing we need to do is gain access to the thermostat housing, which is down here. So in order to make this a little bit easier, we're going to remove the air box. You don't necessarily have to do this, and it just depends on the vehicle whether or not you need to remove anything. We're going to disconnect the MAF sensor here. Now we should be able to just lift this out. Part of this process is draining the coolant, so we're going to use a large drain pan to catch all of the coolant. We're going to open up the petcock on the radiator and drain the system. Then we'll open the radiator cap and all the coolant will come out. Okay, so we've got our water neck here. On most engines, the thermostat is on the upper water neck that goes to the top of the radiator. On this one, the thermostat is actually on the input side, which is the lower side of the radiator. Now that we've drained the radiator, we need to remove this lower hose. This is a spring clamp. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers. Then just squeeze and twist this hose to break it loose. We're going to go ahead and disconnect this just to get it out of our way. So this notch right here, this is for your hose. So the hose should push up against that notch. That's when you know you've got it fully installed. Not all vehicles have this, but this one does. Now we're just going to pull this off and we're going to lose some coolant and tuck this hose down here. This is a great time to go ahead and replace this hose. We're going to use a socket on a wrench. This is 10 millimeter, pretty common for most metric motors. And we're just going to remove these two bolts. This is held on with two bolts. Sometimes it's 3 or 4, but it's usually just 2. And there's our thermostat. So this is the old thermostat, and it has a little rubber gasket here. The new thermostat did not come with a rubber gasket, so we're going to have to reuse this one. What's really cool about thermostats, if you didn't know how they work, inside this chamber is a wax pellet. As the water gets hot, that wax pellet melts, and it allows this spring to push the valve open. So now I'm just going to gently pry this out because I don't want to tear that gasket since we don't have a new one. Okay, there we go. Now this is clear. First thing we're going to do is compare our two thermostats. These are the same temperature. So we're ready to go. And they're about the same size. We're going to carefully peel this off. Just walk it around. It's going to stick in some areas. We don't want it to tear. So just carefully peel it off. We'll take the new thermostat. This gasket doesn't matter which way it goes. It has a groove inside here. So we're just going to pop the edge of this in there and work it all the way around. Now it is fitting a little loose at the moment, but once we put it in the thermostat housing, it'll tighten up. We take our thermostat housing and our new thermostat with the old gasket, and we're just gonna gently squeeze it back into place. Spin this a little bit just to make sure everything's sealed. There's no gaps, there's no tears. Now this can go back on the engine. We take the housing and we're gonna line it up with the studs, then slide it up to the engine. Take the original nuts and reinstall them on the stud. These are small studs, so they don't take a lot of torque. just hand tight. We've got our new lower radiator hose. We're also going to replace the spring clamp with a hose clamp for easier access. We're going to slide the clamp onto the neck, then the hose. Bring the clamp over. You don't want to over tighten these clamps. Just get it nice and snug. You don't want rubber to be pulling up inside these little holes here. Then we start putting her back together. We'll plug in the O2 sensor. Now we're going to drop the air box back in. Then the air intake elbow. Hose clamp, put it back in the original position. Don't forget this little vacuum hose. Last step, the MAF sensor. Don't forget to properly fill your radiator with coolant. Now this here is concentrate, so I will fill this with 1 jug of concentrate, and then we'll do a gallon of distilled water. For easy servicing, you should use pre-mixed because it is the right 50-50 mix, and it's just easier that way. Then replace the radiator cap. And that's all there is to changing your thermostat. Find all the parts you need to get the job done at ebaymotors.com.